GTR, which is a company which modifies GTRs.
But maybe you're in the wrong profession and you should be a detective.
So we've got multiple problems here. A gearbox fault, a fault with a battery, an ABS fault, a rear quarter fault, a door fault, and a fault with the brakes as well. I bought this car to rebuild it within 24 hours, thinking we might get away with not having the gearbox fault. But we're still gonna try it within 24 hours, and I'm not gonna leave the unit. And until this car enters that unit, the clock starts.
Matt has definitely got a fault with his head.
This is it, 24 hours inside my unit to fix a GTR. Now, because it does have that gearbox fault, we thought it's not the best idea to carry on driving it. So to get it into neutral, I can pop this plastic piece out, insert the key, and now I can slide the gear stick into neutral so we can push it inside the unit. Now, before I received the car, I ordered all the parts that I thought I would need, and I'm hoping that there'll be enough, because the challenge is about to start. This is it then, from this moment onwards, 24 hours, I will not be leaving this unit. Matt, the cameraman, and my dad are going to be leaving me at regular time. I'll be staying here, and I'm hoping I can fix this in those 24 hours. Now I'm slightly worried about the gearbox, but let's start these 24 hours. And it starts. Let's do it.
What are we starting with, Tony?
The battery, apparently.
The faults we're getting on the dashboard are all electronical faults. And electronical faults start with the battery. If we can get a good battery on it, then let's read the fault codes. And if it's a case of clearing the fault codes and the gearbox is good, we're on to a really good start. And I can spend the rest of the 23 hours, 59 minutes doing a door and a rear quarter, and then figuring out these brakes. We've seen it plenty of times before, a low battery causing many electrical faults. What size you gave me? 10. You gave me a 10 as well, ain't?
Yeah, they are 10.
Oh, are they? I thought Chinese things are like odd.
Well, this is Japanese, so...
So I think it seems right to start with the battery, because there still could be a chance that this car didn't have a transmission fault before it went to auction, and letting the battery go flat could have caused the fault.
6 minutes so far.
Battery out. New one is going in. The new battery cost me £60, and we just got to refit it, but this time connecting the positive up first, then the negative. My dad will explain why.
The current anodes go from negative to positive. They don't go positive to negative.
They don't go clockwise, they go anti-clockwise.
It's not a clock.
Last few things to bolt up on the battery, then we're going to see if it changed anything. Right, I think if this is a really, really good deal and a really good gamble, there's no transmission fault anymore. Right, time to get out the code reader. There we go. Now we'll plug in the OBD reader, which will hopefully tell us what the hell is going on with this car. First step is to plug it into the OBD port, then we can read the codes. Imagine this does it.
This will be a bargain if that's the case.
Yeah. Engine pass. It should be a fail for ABS. Yes.
Okay, that's positive.
We do have a fault for ABS. We waited for the car to read all of the codes. Then we can get an idea of what's going wrong. Okay. So, transmission. Solenoid. As I thought, one of the faults is for a solenoid in the gearbox, along with another fault as well. Control module performance.
And that could be because the battery's low.
Because the battery is low.
Oh my. If this works, I swear. If that 60 quid battery fixes that gearbox, that's going to be crazy. But why would you have a past fault? Module 6.
If it's low, if your battery is low, it will bring up a load of fault codes which are just going to be past faults because now we've got a new battery on it. This error is about low battery, dead battery, bad ground or a problem. It's going to be a battery. We're hoping this fault was just caused by a low battery. So what I'm going to do now is clear that fault codes and see if any of them come back when we rescan it. Codes have been successfully erased.
Your email is your first online impression. Make it count. With GoDaddy Email, you get a professional address that matches your domain. It builds trust, boosts credibility, and helps grow your brand. Setup is quick, and your inbox is protected with built-in security. And if you ever need help, we're just a call away. Start building your brand, one email at a time.
Good news, okay. It seems to have done it. There's a bunch more codes on the car, which I'm just gonna clear off, and then later we'll see what comes back. I've got no faults left. No faults left over. Ignition's off now, and we start it up, and I think I need to test drive it. Please, if there's no flashing light from the start up, we're on to a winner. There's no light, there's no light, there's no light. We've got traction control light, ESP sim system malfunction, visit dealer. It might just need driving, need driving, wouldn't it? If this has fixed it, this is the best. I'm allowed out, but as long as I don't touch the outside world. The rules are, I'm allowed out the unit as long as I'm test driving the car. Could it be the car only needed a £60 battery to fix the transmission fault? The brakes, we still have no brakes, so there is definitely an issue there. Will it go into manual? It will.
Oh, it's driving well smooth.
No way has it fixed it. No. It's so much better.
That's a million.
Second gear, we got a fault.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, we've got a fault, but it's an ABS fault. ABS malfunction. It seems to be working. We do have a fault which has come back about the ABS and the traction control, but we think the transmission fault is fixed. So I'm going to go into auto. I'm going to auto and pulling off. It works! No way! No way! It's so much better. We really could be onto a winner here. One transmission fault fixed already, and I've still got 23 hours left to fix the rest of the damage. It's looking more and more possible. So we've got transmission fault done, but we've got ABS fault, a broken door, and a broken rear quarter with 23 hours remaining. I think I've just bought myself at least 10 hours of gearbox fault solving. Now it's up in the air for the GTR to see if we can see anything unusual underneath the car. An oil leak here, it looks like a lot of oil.
Oh, yeah.
It seems we've got a small oil leak coming from around the gearbox, so we need to inspect that.
Look at that.
Look at that!
I mean, the exhaust is...
You can tell it's from Devon. Oh my god, look, there's bits of it missing.
The exhaust is definitely rough there. Do you know what, though? It looks like all OEM bolts underneath, which is a sign of like a really well looked after car. The rust is probably explained by it being in Devon and Save the Lifeboats. It's going to have lived near the sea, innit? Earlier, we seen that on the number plate, the car's come from Dorset, which is on the coast in the UK. So it's been around some salty water. And to back this up, we can see that he supported the lifeboats. Maybe this was a lifeboat, the amount of rust that's underneath it. But I still think it should clean up well. Look at this, we think we found some sort of clue to the brakes. Check out this, look, the caliper looks like it's being spaced. And look at them. That can't be original.
Why would you space the caliper?
The only reason you space the caliper is if you put a bigger disc on there. But that still doesn't explain why we don't have a brake pedal. But before we jump onto the brakes, I'm just slightly worried that we know how bad these gearboxes are, and it looks like there is oil down here. So we want to inspect where that's coming from first, which means we've got to remove this panel. Then we can move on to try and getting these brakes working. And I think if we can get the brakes working without like buying anything, this is a bloody good car. To get to the oil leak, we've got to remove this huge under tray. Then I've got my fingers crossed that it's nothing drastic. We found where the oil leak's coming from.
Could be coming out the switch.
Look, so this oil leak is actually coming from, I don't know what, a position, maybe a position switch, because look, here you can see the shifter arm, where it will select it into neutral, park, reverse, drive, whatever you like, but check this out. I removed that just 2 seconds ago, and all oil was all inside of here.
What, oil in the electric?
Yeah, it's coming down the switch.
Through the terminals, the switch.
Oh.
A new switch should solve that oil leak, so I'm gonna have to order one.
You got a new exhaust for this?
I don't know.
I bet this is the only car you're you're not putting an exhaust on and it needs a new one.
My dad's right, this exhaust has seen better days. But that wasn't on my list of things I needed to fix. Let's solve this brake issue. 22 hours, got so much time. Only need to change 2 panels as well.
Scale automation with a self-hosted in-8N solution from Hostinger. Deploy in one click on a secure VPS. Unlock unlimited no-code workflows, unlimited concurrent executions, and custom community nodes. Plug in over 500 app integrations. Use simple prompts to manage your server with an MCP-powered AI assistant. Get more, pay less with a cost 4 times lower than a cloud solution. Go to hostinger.com to get started.
Okay.
This is how the hosts line up. Tim Howard starts in goal. Nordi Mukiele plays with Odriozola as the fullbacks. And they're playing with genuine chance here.
Fallout Season 2 is almost here, so let's talk about how to build a memorable, atmospheric setting inspired by its iconic look for your own projects. The key is contrast. Post-apocalyptic Americana over a backdrop of dust storms, rusting metal, and abandoned ruins. Enter your prompt, making sure it's clear and simple. Start by picturing a cheerful retro Americana scene, and now twist it, add in some post-apocalyptic detail. Finally, set the mood with lighting and camera movement. So what are you waiting for? Sign up on Envato now to use VideoGen and start generating your own Fallout style clips today.
Wrong slide. How good is stood up? This wheel, I don't think has been cleaned ever. Look at all the brake dust on it.
And they've put the new weights
Over. What the hell? And look at that. The tyre is stretched on, so it's the wrong size tyre, and it's a radar. It just doesn't match any of the other tyres. Right. These brake discs, you reckon they're OEM? They're pretty new.
We need to measure them and compare them to the stock ones.
We do. And then we can see whether those spacers are on the caliper because he's upgraded the brakes. So far, nothing's given away why we've got spongy brakes. But we can see a spacer behind the caliper because potentially it's got upgraded discs on. You can buy upgraded 390mm. So he's going to measure the disc to see if it was the upgraded one.
390.
390, the upgraded. So it was an upgraded disc, and that explains the spacers behind the caliper. But it doesn't explain why the brake pedal pushes to the floor. Now, the reason why you get a spongy brake in a car, as we all know, is because there's going to be air in the hydraulic system. And the way to get the air out is to undo these bleed nipples on each corner, and hopefully that will get the air out of the system. If there's no air in the system, then we have an issue with the brakes, which is not good. Could it just be the case of bleeding the brakes, then we'll get a pedal? I guess if we're lucky.
I'm giving it a brake fluid change.
Which I think is a good idea. My dad's sucking out all the old brake fluid, and then we're going to replace it with some fresh fluid.
So I'm going to fill the reservoir up now with clean fluid.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's empty.
And then when my dad puts in the fresh Valvoline fluid, it should push the rest of the old fluid out of the system. And at the same time, we should get out any air that's in the system as well. My dad's going to each corner whilst I'm pumping the brakes in the car, and hopefully we can get a pedal.
Okay. Pedal light.
Pedal test. It's rock hard.
Really?
Yeah, it's rock hard. Look at this. Rock hard. We've fixed this for £0. No, £60 at the minute. But why has it got an ABS fault on the dash? Even though I had a brake pedal, I still had a fault for the ABS and the traction control. ESP system malfunction. We've got this valve set code. Now the traction control works by slowing down a wheel it thinks is accelerating too fast compared to the others, stopping wheel spin. And the ABS works when it thinks one wheel is slowing down too much compared to the other wheels to stop skidding. But there's one type of sensor you need for both of these systems to work, and that's a wheel speed sensor. These sensors tell both the ABS and the traction control how fast each wheel is turning at one time. And if there's a fault with any one of these wheel speed sensors, then of course we're going to get a fault for the ABS and traction control. So what I'm doing now is taking the GTR on another test drive with readings from each wheel speed sensor to make sure they're all reading the same speed as each other. Yeah. Left unlock. Now it all should read same speed. And it looks like they are. Yeah, there's no obvious signs, is there?
Is the ABS like?
Yeah, I've got ABS and ESP malfunction. So it's this valve set is the issue. Now again, just like the gearbox, the ABS works with solenoids. If the ECU detects that one wheel is skidding, it will send a signal to one of the solenoids to stop sending brake power to that skidding wheel. Now it's possible that this valve set fault means something to do with the solenoids. Only way we can do is get it back to the unit and investigate more. We've still got a door and a rear quarter to go, but we have fixed the brakes and we have fixed the gearbox. Time was ticking. We got the car back in the unit and just tested everything. All the relays for the ABS, which all seemed okay. But then we think we found a solution. The C1193 code is to do with the ABS pump, and the ABS pump needs to be calibrated with a tool which we haven't got. This person's tried to use ECU Tech to try it, but it didn't work for him. In the end, the solution was 150 quid to run a calibration at the Nissan dealership, and then it worked. So why would it need a valve calibration?
I wonder if it's because the battery's been going flat.
And then it needs to recalibrate.
It needs to recalibrate.
That's it. That's it. We're going to have to go to Nissan. And it is now 5 to 7 on a Friday. Well, I'm still taking it as a win because we've got the brakes working, the transmission's working. We're 60 quid in and everything works, so apart from there's a lot of them down. So again, the conclusion has come down to electrical stuff. Stupid.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how AI gives me all the answers. Since all our company info is in ClickUp, Brain can give me answers that no other AI would know, like what's our PTO policy? Questions I normally ask my team are now instantly answered by Brain, so I get what I need and my team doesn't get interrupted. And with AI web search, I have access to the entire internet, bringing real.
But now we can move on to the bodywork, which is a little more straightforward. Okay, doors coming off, guys. So my dad reckons they only use 12, 14s and 15s on Japanese cars. And he'd be correct because that is a 12mm. This door is made out of aluminium. And because of that, it makes it pretty hard to repair. And also, second-hand doors weren't too expensive. So I'm just going to remove this door and replace it with a second-hand one. There's one bolt for the top hinge, one bolt for the bottom hinge, the check strap in the middle, then the wiring. Whoa!
I've got you, bro. I've got you.
That come off. Okay, door off. And once I've got the door off, we need to make sure we strip everything from it. The door card and the wing mirror. Chris is here. And he's dropped in to help. So what Chris is going to do is take this door card off, ain't you, Chris? Yeah, so Chris is going to do that whilst we take more damaged parts off. And the next one is the rear quarter. And there's not many 12mm you need to get that off. Go, Chris.
Going.
Chris started stripping apart the door card off the old door because we're going to need this to put on the second-hand door. Rear quarter, to replace it, takes a lot of work, which means we've got to remove it. See all these? Spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld, spot weld. And it doesn't just stop there, it's going to go all the way inside this window, all the way down this glass, which I may say, screensaver already come before we started the 24-hour challenge to remove the screen, so we had a little slight head start. They did it. Good job. Screen is out. This screen is also out as well. Can we do it in under 19 hours? Off and on with a new one. There's only one way to find out. Unlike the door, the rear quarter is steel, which makes it a little easier to repair, but we're going to need a body shop to do that, and it was pretty cheap for a new rear quarter. As someone did say, when you remove this, order new clips because they do break.
Have you ordered new clips?
No.
Oh. You just said I'm going in with confidence. Oh, no!
That's what you said happened. Oh no!
Oh no!
The guy that told him about the clips.
He didn't tell me about the whole thing.
That's what he did. He broke.
Oh, he
his,
did. He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
The lad who told me about the clips told me as well. When he pulled this off, he broke that trim. Mistakes were made. It's always going to happen. And it actually turns out this trim is screwed on from underneath. The good news is that I think we could actually repair this to go back on. But of course, that's going to take even more precious time away from us.
It's off. Do you know what it was? Stupid. 10 bolts for a door card, plus like clips. That's a lot.
Wow! This was an absolute bargain. eBay. £350, same colour, and it even come with the wiring, the door handle, and a window glass as well. But we are gonna have to switch some stuff. Someone's actually upgraded the speaker in this one to an Audison, and they've also chopped the OEM wiring off. You can see the two red connectors here. So Chris is gonna swap out the upgraded speaker for the OEM one. We can actually check if this is a stolen part, because we could car vertical check it from the VIN sticker on there, and if it comes up stolen, we've got stolen goods, and that means we'd have to report it to the police. All you need to do to check a car out is have a VIN number or registration number, and Car Vertical will get data from over 20 different countries. What's this scrap?
Can't be.
This vehicle was damaged, and this vehicle was marked as an insurance write-off, and it was in fact a category B. And I used the same check for this car to really sway my decision into paying that little extra at auction. Despite the record of it being damaged, this actually has a really good Car Vertical check. Are all the clips? Hey look, I didn't break a clip. I just broke the trim. Chris is back at the door card putting in the OEM wiring plugs for the speaker. Then he's also got to switch over the wing mirror from the old door onto the new one. But looking back at the Car Vertical check for this car, you can see that the mileage all lines up and there's no discrepancies. But I can see that the car was damaged as a category S, which means it can be put back on the road.
What's next, Chris?
Mirror's going in. And then once the mirror's in, glass goes back in.
Now the thing I think is really good about this car is that I can see it's only had one owner, because I can see a full timeline of this car, and I can also see the month it was damaged, last year in June. We're switching the glass over from the old one onto the new one because the second hand one come with tinted glass, and also the glass is marked with a VIN number, so we're going to make sure that they all match up. Then finally it's back on with the door card. And with that being said, if you want to set your car out on Car Vertical, you can do with the link in the description box below, and we're using code MATT, you're going to save a nice bit of discount on that. And it looks like Chris, well done Chris,
Let's go.
has JDM'd the door out. Chris has cracked open a Red Bull, which means we are a quarter of the way through. Meanwhile, we've been taken off the side skirt. The screws on this side skirt were so rusty. The most rustiest screws in the world.
That's Nissan.
You're a hater on the Nissan.
No, only Nissan screws.
Which means we have to be really careful when removing them. There's a full-on beach coming out of the side. There's literally a beach on the floor. I don't know what the previous owner did with this GTR, but it looks like he's had some fun in it, on a beach or maybe even off-roading. But eventually we got it off. Look at all that.
This is all from Devon.
Oh my god. With the side skirt off, we should be able to access everything now. 17 hours, 59 minutes left. Matt's now going, so we're down to me, my dad, and Chris to carry on. Eliminate.
Using Shopify POS has really created that connecting tissue from in-store and online. It's really seamless and easy.
The ability that Shopify gives us to basically link everything up makes the experience for the customer so much easier to shop.
Anything which is attached to the rear quarter needs to be removed. All these buttons, switches and door latches all need to come off. And once we've done that around the door shut, it's time for the boot lid to come off. Unbolting both hinges from each side, and then instead of disconnecting all the electrics in the boot, we're just going to lift it up and slide it through the rear screen. Now we can access all of the spot welds to drill off this rear quarter. Chris is going to start drilling out the spot welds, but the idea here is not to go all the way through. We just want to drill off the top layer, so then we've got something to weld onto, and that's why he's using this special drill bit. Whilst Chris was drilling out the spot welds at the front of the rear quarter, me and my dad were working on getting the rear bumper off the car so we could access all the spot welds behind the rear bumper. And it looks like the rear lights actually come off with the rear bumper, which is what I'm unbolting now. And whatever I do on one side, I got to repeat it on the other side, as it gets later in the day and the time is still ticking down. Drilling out these spot welds is a long process. Hour 17, 23 left. Liam's joined in. The more of us on this car, the more likely we are of getting it finished within that 24-hour timescale. Now, both me and Chris are working at drilling out those spot welds and then using the spot weld chisel to wedge in between the rear quarter and the inner structure. Dad's clocking out, 17 hours remaining. Now my dad's gone. Let's get his car in the ramp so we can finally get this rear bumper off. Back goes the GTR in the 2-post ramp. We've got to get this rear bumper off now. So it's off with both wheels, and Liam's going to peek round the arch lining to undo the bolts which connect the rear bumper to the rear quarter. And on the other side, I'm going to remove the full arch lining. This car looks like it's never been cleaned. There's so much dirt. But we'll have plenty of time after the 24 hours to clean it all up and maybe ice blast it all. And once me and Liam have unscrewed all of the bolts, we should be able to lift out the rear bumper complete with the rear lights as well, and the diffuser. Behind the bumper, the car's pretty clean and everything is fully original, even the exhaust, which I suppose is a good sign. And now Chris is working away at separating the outer quarter from the inner arch lining structure. Right, it's getting to that time where if we don't close the shutter, we will attract 9,000 moths. And that is it. It is down. Whoa, and there's a moth already in it. That's a fat moth. It's like a bird. 16 hours. With everything exposed at the back, we're back to drilling and then chiseling out these spot welds. We've got to make sure we don't damage any panels underneath the rear quarter because that's what we're going to be welding onto. But Chris seems to be enjoying this job. So what we decided to do, instead of replacing this whole panel with all the light section and everything else in there, we're going to just replace the outer quarter panel, which means we've now got to drill all these bits off this piece and keep this piece on the car, which actually is not going to be, it's going to be alright to be fair, because then we know the light is in the right position, we know the boot's going to be in the right position, it's just the quarter panel we've got to line up. So I'm going to start drilling these off. Chris is already over there drilling them ones off. Hopefully we can pull this off. I think this is the best solution. The only issue with doing this is that I risk damaging the new panel. So I've got to be as careful as possible here. But I think I've smashed it. 14 hours remaining. We're at a bit of a situationship over here. We're slowly peeling back this rear quarter. It looks an absolute mess. We're trying to, up here, the roof is on top of the rear quarter, like the actual roof panel is on top and the rear quarter slides underneath it. So we made a little cut hole here and I'm hoping that we can just like work it out and pull it out from underneath it because we don't want to damage the roof.
Wow.
Oh, yes. Body shop. Quarter off.
Automate workflows without a single line of code. You're in command with one-click N8N deployment on a VPS with Hostinger. Create custom nodes and automation templates at lightning speed on a secure VPS using a pre-installed N8N application to master flexible workflows. Explore risk-free with our...
Finally, we got the rear quarter panel off. What a job that was. But I'm afraid it's going to take even longer to put the new quarter panel back on. Look at this. The good news is that all of the inner structure, there is no damage. There is some inner structure damage here to like the wheel arch, which we can just tap that out, do a bit of body shopping. Now all of this has got to be cleaned up. Everywhere where there's a weld I've got to clean up. We go all the way over it with a sander, and then we can start sliding in the new one eventually. Jack did tell me as well that it is best to put the quarter panel on with the wheels on. That way the car isn't supported by the body and we're not going to cause any weird flexes as well. And we also should put the door on before we put the quarter panel on to make sure that the quarter panel lines up with the door and the boot as well.
It sounds like a right laugh.
Yeah, it does sound terrible, and there's 13 hours remaining. Yeah, Liam's disappeared to get a haircut at 1:15 in the morning. I think that was a terrible excuse from him. We've got to make sure that the inner structure is spot on before we start fitting the other quarter panel. So with a bit of heat and a hammer, we knocked out the wheel arch section pretty well, and then we're using the belt sander to clean up anywhere where the spot welds were. So we get a nice clean surface to weld onto. Okay, wheels are on, we're gonna lower it down, roll it off, and then I can start the process of refitting a quarter panel. Yeah, we can't mess this up, because if we mess it up, it's messed up for real. Right, plan. We're gonna put new door on and the boot on, then we've got a reference point to line up this rear quarter. Come on. But as me and Chris lifted up the door to fit it to the car, we found another problem. Oh no. Oh no. There is a bolt or a nut inside this door.
I was definitely sabotaged.
Precious time is being wasted. We had to take off the door card again and try and fish out this loose bolt which was in the door. That thing was causing the noise. And once we found it, we've got to put it all back together again. But that is just cars for you. With the bolt out, we can start lining up the door to the car. One bolt at the top, one bolt at the bottom, the wiring and the check strap. It's looking good. Look at this. That is pretty good. The colour ain't even that bad. I guess we'll see when we see it in daylight properly, but it really ain't that bad. As well, we've got to put the boot lid on. This is so when we put the rear quarter on, we've got two references to line it up. Boot is on, door is on, rear quarter. Oh, as we approach the halfway line.
That's good going if you ask me.
Yeah. Okay, so that kind of slotted underneath it. We then test fitted the rear quarter to make sure everything all lined up. Look at that. As a first test fit, I think it does have to go up a tiny bit, but that... Not by much, is it? No, it ain't. That is looking absolutely sensational for first fit. I can't believe how thin all the panels are and everything, how it moves, but yeah, look at that. This is looking good. OEM. Now I've got to really drill all the holes for my spot welds so I can mark them all out where I want them to go. Chris is clocking out. It was down to me now to finish this car on my own. I'm now marking out every single hole that I need to drill where a weld will need to go, whilst the time is still ticking. and there's plenty of holes that need drilling. Now you might be asking, why try and do this in 24 hours rather than take my time and do it how I'd normally do it? Well, I saw this as a kind of challenge for myself. What is actually possible in 24 hours? Also, hopefully you guys are enjoying watching this as well, and if you are, don't forget to hit the subscribe button because it does really help the channel out, and it's completely free just to hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot more holes to drill. Drill time. This is definitely going to be a build to remember. Locked in the unit for a full 24 hours, rebuilding a Nissan GTR. Now that I've marked out all the holes I need to drill, I've got to remove the rear quarter again, clean up all the areas that I'm going to be welding onto, and then add weld through primer onto them. After that, I've got to apply panel bond to all the sections where it was bonded on, like around the fuel cap and on the wheel arch. And I'm kind of glad I'm not welding around that fuel filler. Okay, this is it. No room for error now. The quarter panel is going on. There's panel bond on there, so I've only got a small amount of time to actually get it on and sit it perfect. I'm very tired. There's still 10.5 hours left and I cannot make any mistake now. Let's do this, come on. The weld through primer also goes on the rear quarter, and then I can line it up again. I have no idea what time of the morning it is at the minute, but as I'm doing all of this, it felt like time was moving even faster, and the sun began to rise before I even knew it. Once the quarter's in place, I can bolt all the hardware to it, like the door shut and all the other little gubbins, and now it was time to weld. I think we're almost ready to get the welder out, and we've got 10 hours remaining. I've made it through the night. Check it out. You don't know how tempted it is to get in the car and go home and get some nice sleep, but this is going to be so rewarding if I can get this quarter panel on, because if I get this quarter panel on, then start building the bumper back on, this thing's going to look so good. Okay, this is it. There's no turning back now. I only learned to weld about a month ago. Here we are, 24-hour challenge, welding on a quarter panel into a Nissan GTR. Okay, let's do this. There is no turning back now. I've got to clamp the quarter as close as I can to the rest of the car and then weld it on. And it actually looks all right. This method of welding is not called spot welding, it's more plug welding. A spot welder costs thousands of pounds, but we've seen many body shops and many repair specialists use this same method and it be effective. After all, there are so many welds which hold this quarter panel on, and oh do I know about it. 9 hours left. On the back of the car, I welded the quarter in place and then made sure that the rear screen still fit in. I was just a little worried that I'd warp the panel or move it a little bit and weld it in the wrong spot. But overall, I think I was making some good progress. To get the last few welds in, I've got to remove the boot lid, which will allow me to get the belt sander in there and the welder. And after that, I've got to apply some etch primer. Now, all of these welds are primered and any exposed metal is primered now. It may not look the prettiest of things, but when the car goes to paint, I'm sure the body shop will touch up a few of my rough jobs. But now I've had a look on this side and the seam sealer is just a very, very small amount all around the edges, in between the panels and stuff. So I think we could just replicate that on this side by, yeah, just going down with a paintbrush really, because it's not as, well, it doesn't look as thick as how they put them on the German cars. Then Hannah turned up. Yay!
Oh my god, you've not got long left.
4 hours. I can't wait to go to sleep. Then my dad showed up. The morning had come and everyone had turned up with just enough time to do the seam sealing. Another one of my least favourite jobs. I've already masked the area that I need to seam sealer and now I'm going over it with a paintbrush. This is just going to seal a gap between two panels. Again, this is all rust prevention and we know how these Nissans like to rust. So in fact I've applied more seam sealer than they do from the factory. After that, I can start putting all the panels back on the car, like the fuel filler cap and the rear boot lid, along with the hinges as well. Now yes, I know this rear quarter isn't painted yet, but we're still fitting up all the trims and panels to the car. One, because I want to make sure that they still fit and all aligned before it does get painted, and two, I want to make the car look like it's finished by the end of the video. Now, I don't know whether I'm more looking forward to finishing the car or the 24 hours to be over. Back up goes the GTR in the ramp again, hopefully for the last time now. Me and my dad can lift on the rear bumper with the rear lights and then put all the under trays back on. Hey, one thing I was worried about, and now I'm not so worried about, is that the bumper actually lines up really well. Look at the door lineup as well. New door, new quarter panel. It's better than a Rolls Royce. Back in goes all the carpets in the boot liner, and my dad has actually repaired the trim that I broke earlier. It's just applied a bit of glue to the back of it, and I'm sure with a bit of filler and paint, we can make it look perfect again. But for now, we're putting it all back in place to make sure everything lines up. And so far, so good. This red steering wheel, in my opinion, is absolutely disgusting. So that has got to go the further down we get down this car. But that's not a priority. Right now, we need to see how good Chris's wiring skills are for the speaker and door card fitting skills are to make sure everything works. So we're going to connect up the battery and check that everything works in this door, else it's all got to come back off again and put the original loom on. Okay, lights working. Passed one test. Window. Goes all the way down past two tests. How's the alignment on the window? Past test number 3. Does the mirror work? The mirror works. Last test. Has he passed with flying colours? He's passed the test. Everything works in the door. Well done, Chris. Right, last and final thing. 1 hour and a half left. These wheels have got to go. They're complete with odd tyres on every wheel and they're completely battered. Here he is. It's George from Wheelmania and I still cannot leave. Oh, he's got donuts. Yeah. George here from Wheelmania, the final piece of the puzzle. Oh yeah, they look sick. We got Vossens on the Murcielago as well. Of course, if you need wheels, you need tyres, you need any refurbishments, Wheelmania are your guys. The link's in the description box for them, but most of you already know that. Hopefully, this will put the finishing touch, because these were absolutely terrible. I mentioned to the guys at Wheelmania that I was attempting this challenge on the GTR and they wanted to be a part of it. And they've kitted us out with some 20-inch Vossens with some Michelin PS4s. And I think this is truly what the car deserves. Look at it. Wheelmania have finished it. 27 minutes remaining. We've still got time. I think we could have done more, but that's as much as I can physically and mentally take. I need to see what 24 hours of work now looks like, and also whether it was even worth it as well. But I think we've got a pretty good deal on this car. Let's get this out. With 22 minutes remaining, I can't do any more. I am out. That is it. One GTR, 24 hours. And I think we've achieved a lot. One rear quarter, one door. My mind is absolutely boggled, but was it all worth it? Let me show you. The Nissan GTR was £35,200. A similar year GTR and mileage are selling upwards of £53,000. Mine is categorised so it will naturally sell for less though. The door, £350. The battery, £60. And the rear quarter, £850. And the wheels, of course, were from Wheel Mania, which are a sponsored part. I'm not going to argue with that. Which brings the total build cost to £36,460. Of course, the rear quarter needs paint, but overall, I think it makes this GTR a really good deal. We've still got a lot more to do on the car, but thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much and good night. Look at the GTR. Look at it. It's a shame it's not fully done, but you can get slapped. I've just bought the cheapest 911 GT3 in the world. Today, we're going to try and rebuild it in 24 hours. The GT3 is a car that I've already bought, rebuilt, but sold, as it was way too expensive to bring back to the UK. But oh, did I love that car. Wow. So when the opportunity came up in the UK to get another one, but this time even cheaper, I was all over it. Oh, more bonus time. Come on.
Sold.
Yeah! Oh no! Sold on approval.
What does that mean?
Didn't meet reserve. Oh. Luckily for me, the sale was approved. It is Porsche Day. And what a day for it. Right, apparently it runs and drives. If it runs and drives onto this trailer, then it's a great start. I think we might be able to repair this in 24 hours.
Yeah, look at my jacket. Oh, you can see me from a mile off. Oh.
Oh my.
A 2022 Porsche 992 GT3. And it still looks incredible as ever, even though it is crashed. And on my first impressions, it didn't look that bad. But the truth will be told. I don't know why there's no back.
Where's that gone?
I don't know why there's no back.
That's expensive.
Yeah, that is expensive.
Was it 10 grand for a bonnet?
11,000.
11?
Oh, look at it.
Oh no.
Oh. See this bit here?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Oh, there's a bit of perishment going on here.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so good. So good. Now, unfortunately, but also fortunately at the same time, this is an automatic. It's PDK, which is probably one of the best gearboxes you can get, bar the manual gearbox. I've got nose lift on this one.
Oh, it's like supercar.
It's only done 4,000 miles. It's a full grey and black interior. Comes with the roll cage. The seats are good, and there's not one single airbag deployed in here, which should mean that it starts up. What? Although we do have an airbag light. So some positives and some negatives, as always when buying crash damaged cars. But I wanted to challenge myself to rebuild this car in 24 hours, as I was desperate to drive it.
Oh, has he curved the wheel? Well, it's a good job that this wheel is actually damaged.
But the more we looked at it, the more damage we found. It needs a front subframe.
What?
Yeah, look. See here. From the outside, the car only looks like it's been in a small accident. But then again, it takes a lot to write off a £200,000 car. But it's too late to turn back now. I'm excited to start this thing, and we've got a cheeky little head start. From our walk round at Copart, I've already rang Porsche and ordered a few parts which are here already. My dad is gonna go and get them now, but in the meantime, we've got some stuff to do. We might as well, yeah, let's get in there and then we'll explain it. Come on.
Off we go to Silverstone.
Oh, so you know where you're going
With
then?
some
Sweet! 24 hours starts from now. Let's do it. Now, we're not going to be starting to repair the car as you might think straight away. And that's because we don't even have the tool to take the wheels off yet. We're hoping that's something my dad comes back with. That's how you do it. For now, I'm taking the door card off so I can get to the wing mirror bolt to take the wing mirror off. You'll see why in a second. Yes!
Yeah.
Now I've got the bolt out, I can pull the wing mirror away from the door with the wiring. And yes, the 24 hours has started, but I will be pausing the clock when we go home to sleep.
How light is that? Oh, he's got carbon in his hand.
They've had the front end PPF. Don't know if you see, look, you can just see the edging of the PPF. Didn't really protect much though, but this is well light. This is ridiculously light.
That's 11 grand.
That was 11 grand. 28 minutes. Got the bonnet off, we got the wing mirror off. I think we're doing alright. And this is a part which is probably going to confuse a few people because I'm about to modify it before repairing it. We won't be able to paint the car in 24 hours. I'm keeping this car for myself. And yes, we are wrapping it. We're going to make this stealth. This is going to look crazy. I'm already getting shots fired in the comments. I can feel it already. Save yourself till it's finished, trust me. As you already know, I'm building this car for myself and I'm not going to sell it. I've already made that mistake and this is the colour I want it.
That's a nice jump you have there, Leon.
It's brand new second hand, this one.
I'm not only going to be rebuilding the car, I'm also going to be wrapping it satin black. So it should be completely transformed by the end of this.
1 hour. It's gone already.
We're making great progress. How are you doing? We've rebuilt nothing yet. That's the issue with wrapping. It's very time consuming and on time that we didn't really have. But it is much quicker than paint. The thing is, the more help we had, the better.
Hello.
How are you?
We brought it back up.
Yeah, I'm just here to do all the hard work because couldn't do it on your own, obviously.
So now it's me, Liam, Chris and cameraman Matt working away at the car whilst my daddy's away getting the parts.
Here we are right at the back end of the vehicle and we're going to remove the spoiler, and Matt reckons it's this size and he's right. So we've got 2 bolts here, 2 down, 2 to go.
Oh, it's Velcroed on.
What?
Velcro. Yeah, I used to have them on my shoes when I was like 36.
You mean the lighter ones?
Hopefully, we can get a carbon one. If not, it's going to be difficult to wrap, so I'm nominating Chris to wrap it. And just as I was finishing off the rear quarter, my dad come back from his trip.
We've got 22 hours left.
Oh yeah, there is a van full of parts. So Tony's just arrived with all the parts and he's left some of them at Silverstone. Wheelmen are on the way now to get the wheels, so hopefully in the back of this van we've got a wheel, otherwise we've got a big problem.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts here, but as Matt mentioned, we noticed when we picked up the car there was damage to the front left wheel, which definitely wasn't repairable. So I've ordered a new wheel from Porsche. We're just hoping that my dad actually picked it up.
Hopefully this is a wheel. Please be a wheel. Oh no.
Let's have a look.
It looks quite light for a wheel.
It's a wheel.
Yeah!
And here's the moment of truth, finding out whether it's the correct wheel.
Yeah, that looks good.
It is good.
Is it magnesium?
Oh my god. Wow, that's well light. £2,500 for this.
Wow.
And my dad even picked up the big torque wrench you need for getting off these centre lock wheels. So now we can actually start removing the wheels and begin repairing the car. But I've just got to finish off this rear quarter. And once that's done, we can lower it down to get the wheels off.
This is what I mean.
Oh, that was easy.
I'm just trying to make it look easy.
Yes, well done, Chris. 1 down, 3 to go. Watch me rear quarter, lad.
It's Tony's turn, isn't it?
Come on, Tony.
Oh,
come on, man.
You can't do it.
Come on, why are you getting his feet off the floor?
So he was
I
taking,
thought you go to the gym.
he was taking the mick out of me.
He was taking the mick out of you.
I can't get it off.
Shall I have a go? This one could be the tightest.
This is definitely the tightest.
Yeah, maybe we'll
I loosened it.
How embarrassing. Now with the centre lock wheels undone, we can remove them and start to assess the damages. And I noticed it had rear wheel steering, apparently to help cornering at high speeds. That'd be weird for donuts. And any place Porsche could weight save, they weight saved. Even drilling holes in the back of the wheels. Now I was on to investigating why there was no coolant in the car. And it's pretty obvious to see. There was a huge dent in the front radiator, so that's definitely going to need to be changed. So me and Leon went back onto wrapping the driver's side door, whilst my dad...
Right, Matthew. I'm going to be cracking on taking the radiator off.
Why are we taking the radiator off?
Because it's bent.
Why are you looking at me?
Now you'll notice there are a lot of parts here, and they're all brand new from Porsche. Because if you try and search for any 992 GT3 parts on eBay or anywhere else, they're next to impossible to find. I'm guessing because the car's so new and there's just not many of them on the road. Right now, my dad's checking the radiator, and just as we thought, it definitely needs replacing.
Yeah, that's pretty bent.
Just needs standing on, doesn't it?
Go on then.
Stand it back.
Meanwhile, me and Liam are making progress on the driver's side door. And speaking of doors, we had a knock on the unit door.
The man behind the door is... Hey, Wheelmania!
Wheelmania comes to take the wheels. They're going to come back, completely different colour, and look a lot better.
What colour?
We'll find out.
21 hours, 4 minutes and 42 seconds.
You've got.
Oh, has it already started?
Yeah.
What do you mean if we already started? Look at it!
I didn't even look.
Right, we'll see you in less than 21 hours and 4 minutes, please.
Perfect.
Legend.
That end wrap is on, and I think it's looking banging. It's like you can really see the shape of the car now, and the yellow calipers. It looks really good, and we're actually starting to fix stuff now because Dad's over on the front with Chris. Me and Liam smashed this out, so I think we're on track. It's starting to look really good, but remember, all that wrapping I did on the right side, I've got to do it on the left side as well.
Wing. It's on the car, we want it off the car because damage. It's damaged, so it needs to come off. So Archline's got to come out first.
Finally, it feels like we're getting somewhere. All of us are working away at our own corner, and Chris is working away at getting the front wing off. Luckily, the arch lining is still in one piece, so we can reuse that. But the front wing does have some damage, and so does the headlight, which is going to be expensive. And we're going to have to work out why it has a lot of missing parts on the rear end later in the video, because that's going to be so expensive to replace. Right now, we're concentrating on the front.
Normally it goes through the front, but that's bent, so it's hard to get.
Yeah.
Now it's got pop in it.
Yes!
Well done, mate.
So these headlights get stolen quite a lot, and they don't actually get stolen for the headlight, believe it or not, even though they're $2.5 grand, I think they're around that, or $3 grand, can't remember. But they only get stolen for these things here, because apparently people use them to grow illegal drugs because it doesn't emit as much electricity. No way, that's so dumb. No, that is so dumb. That is not real.
Wait, no, we can just unbolt this bracket, surely.
No, it's riveted.
There's no way that they're
Look,
that
that
stupid.
bracket's riveted.
You're telling me you have to disconnect the aircon, lose all your gas to take a wing off. Professionals have been in and let the aircon gas out, so the good news now is that we can disconnect these aircon lines to get the wing off. So, here we go, off it comes. One wing off.
One wing off.
We also need this.
That's why I looked after it.
Hold on. Okay.
Anyways.
Meanwhile, back at the front left side of the car, my dad's starting to reassemble the radiators. The front rad and most of the parts on this Porsche are built up with loads of parts. And apparently this is to do with insurance purposes. If you have an accident and you only damage one part of the radiator, then you only have to have one part replaced, which would make cheaper labour, cheaper insurance, and cheaper on the parts. It kind of makes sense, but does make it very fiddly when rebuilding stuff like this back up. We have the fan shroud on the back of the rad, these little rubber grommets which sit on the radiator, and then the plastic brackets which hold the fan shroud to the radiator. Then you've got the two main hoses which lead to the radiator to connect onto it. There's this little plastic line which connects to the top of the rad. Then after that, we're working on the aircon radiator. The one on the car didn't leak any gas, but it did look a bit bent. So we're going to be more safe than sorry and replace it with a brand new one anyway. This has a plastic bracket which it clips into, and then you can push it onto the radiator and bolt it in. There's two aircon lines which connect to it, one on the top and one on the bottom. And these are bolted in because they hold such high pressure gas. And that's the front left radiator almost complete. Just need to add this plastic shrouding over it, which guides the air into it and keeps it nice and cool. The wing mirrors are going to be difficult to wrap. They're grey wing mirrors, and we've got carbon ones to go on so I don't have to wrap them. And with the carbon mirrors, we've also got these little carbon bits to match the carbon roof. It's going to look brilliant. It's literally one bolt. It was literally one bolt, and there it is at the back. So Chris got onto it with unscrewing that one bolt. There it is. And then he could lift the little plastic trim out of its place and replace it with the new carbon one. It's these little details that are going to completely transform this car, especially matching that carbon roof.
Oh, that looks sick.
And it only took me 4 seconds. That is a nice box. Matt, it's come in the right colour, we ain't even got to wrap it.
Look at that.
Matt, I wouldn't even bother, mate.
Yeah, don't bother.
As the body panels started to show up, we all grouped together to wrap them all. Me and Liam doing the passenger side door as we did on the other side, and Chris, my dad, and Matt the cameraman doing the front wing. And this is a pretty cool moment where all of us are working together to build a pretty cool car. I guess not much has changed over the years. I'm still building cars, but it's gone from wet restaurant car parks to my own unit and some pretty expensive cars. But I guess that's what happens when you persist on chasing your dreams. Right, 17 hours remaining, and that bonnet, the carbon fibre bonnet, was £11,000, and the lads have just said, wouldn't it be cool if you had an exposed carbon fibre bonnet?
Liam, don't you think it'd be cool if it had a carbon fibre bonnet?
Oh yeah, it'd be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
We're thinking there is a possibility this could be exposed carbon fibre because it's not going to be painted.
Oh yeah, then we could just PPF it.
Should we see?
Oh.
Oh. What is it? Oh, it's white. It's white! Oh no!
That's
the
going to
worst
be horrible
colour
because
to wrap.
you're going to open the boot and you're going to see white.
No, because normally it's exposed carbon underneath.
Let's see.
Green coat. Oh no, it's taped up.
Oh, it is carbon.
Oh, they've painted, they've primed it.
That is carbon, yeah.
It's carbon.
Look, carbon is it?
Carbon. Yeah,
Yeah.
look, carbon fibre.
If that was
If
the
they,
top,
if they didn't spend the time primering it, it would have been well cool.
Sand it off.
I feel like they do it on purpose just to scam you out.
Sand
Yeah,
it off.
they probably charge you more to not primer it. Look, it would have been like dry carbon if they didn't paint it.
It's the plastic bit, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because it's plastic reinforced carbon.
Or carbon
the
reinforced
first
plastic.
production car ever to have plastic reinforced carbon on.
so does that mean it's just got carbon underneath?
It's just got carbon underneath and it's plastic on the top.
them.
Yeah, it's a bit of a con really. They could just sell you a carbon fibre one, that'd be
Do you
cool.
want to write them a letter?
Yeah, I'm going to complain.
With time still ticking away, we've still got a lot to do. Even just wrapping this rear bumper took hours. You can see the time ticking down here. As it's such an awkward shape, it's impossible to do it in one piece of wrap. But then we was revisited by Wheelmania.
The rear. Oh, they look sick.
With some freshly refurbed wheels.
That is the damage to the old wheel.
That one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's bent and everything, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. Wheelmania have delivered the wheels. we've gone for a champagne colour, the same as a Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Satin, of course. These are 20-inch on the front and on the back, 21-inch. And the stock wheels are pretty good, to be fair. Like, they're really light. And Wheelmania have not painted the centres, so we know that the lock-in will lock into it and not take off any of the paint. Now, we've got to get these wheels on because we've got damage to the subframe. So we're going to get them off the ramp here and put it on the ramp there, so we can have a look at the damage on the subframe and change it over. So these wheels have got to go on to do that. So let's get to it. These wheels are looking incredible. Whilst they're putting the wheels on, I'm going to sort out food. We don't really have much time to go get anything, so of course, it's Y-food time. This is perfect for the 24-hour challenge. And perfect for people who are on the go like us. Inside one of these drinks, there's 26 vitamins and minerals. It's high in fibre, high in protein, it's lactose-free, it's gluten-free, and there's no added sugar. This is a flavour I've not actually tried before, fudge brownie. What these actually are a milkshake which replaces a meal. It's not a diet drink, it's not a protein shake. It simply just replaces a meal throughout the day. We've missed breakfast and dinner at the minute, so yeah, it's good, that one. I think the champagne colour is matching so nicely with the satin black. And of course, we've got a brand new tyre on the front. There's 500 calories in one bottle, so it's sure to keep you full for your next meal. So whether you have it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or all three, it'll keep you going throughout the day. And obviously, there's enough in there to give you what your body needs. Not only that, they do vegan options. The bottles are 100% recyclable, so you can be sure we're keeping the earth clean with our naturally aspirated 4-litre engine. Now these wheels have a special tightening sequence, which I'm about to show you. Tighten it up to 100 newton meters, and then you mark exactly where that 100 newton meters is, which is there. And then when I tighten it up further, where it says stop, that is the maximum torque load. So as I turn it here, so between here and here should be around 400 newton meters, which is what it should be torqued to. And we've got a torque wrench which goes up to 450 newton meters, so we don't need to do the marking, but it's just an example. Yeah! Bang on! Crazy!
Look at that.
It's almost like Paul's thought of that. We're in. Now, to grab a Y-food, you can do with the link in the description box below. So if you're thinking about getting healthier and perhaps saving money because you buy so much fast food at your lunchtime, you can do. Find your favourite flavour with the link in the description box below and use this discount code which is appearing underneath me now for a nice bit of discount as well. Thank me later. Let's get his subframe off. So along with some of the damage on here, which we'll get to eventually, which may take us quite long, we noticed that there was damage on the subframe when we was taking it back from Copart. We're about to find out how bad that damage is. We're hoping not too bad. It didn't look as bad as the purple one. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. The bronze wheels though, with the satin black, is looking so sweet. How bad is it? Tub. Oh look, that's where they've had a, what would you say that is? A mud. That's gone into something, isn't it? Everything under here looks okay, and this is the damage. Do you think, so the subframe is in 2 pieces. We've ordered one, let me get it. So the subframe, we had to replace this on the other GT3, but it comes in 2 pieces, and you can only order it in 1 piece. It's just this aluminium piece here, which bolts to this aluminium piece here. To change this, it's more of a job. To change that, it should be easier. The plan of action is to unbolt this. We'll see if there's any damage to that bit underneath. Let's hope the rest of the subframe underneath this paneling is all good, as it should save us a lot of time.
That looks good.
It does look good, there's not a scratch on it. Porsche checks might be like, oh, just replace the whole thing. But I really don't think we need to. Hey! There is not a scratch on that.
Oh, good.
Not a single scratch on it. This is going to be a quick replacement, and we've got 11 hours, 59 minutes to go. Now my dad's going to separate that front part of the subframe away from the rear part of the subframe, and then we can begin to switch it over for this damaged one. So upon further inspection, there's why on earth have they taken an under tray off here? The whole thing should have an under
Yeah,
tray on.
look, it goes onto the. Oh, look, it's broke. Look, it's broke. That's why.
Yeah. So this the whole underneath of the car needs an under tray.
Yeah, look, but they're all bent.
Now, also, some people will comment and say that the insurance have declared this as a write-off to say that it's not worth repairing, which they have to take in loads of things into consideration when repairing a car like this into the cost. One, they have to buy everything new, yes, which we've done anyway, but they also have to take into consideration the hire car for the person who owned this car before, which have to give them a similar car whilst this car's being repaired, which is going to cost a lot, especially if they're having to wait for parts, because it could be a long hire of the car as well, and it's going to have to be similar to a GC3. So, and also they'd have to repair everything like for like. So something like this, like for me, I'd get rid of it. I'm not even bothered about that, but the insurance would have to do it as good as new, so all of that would add up. What I think's happened to this car is that it's been crashed and then taken to an insurance repair centre, and they've stripped off most of the damaged parts to do a quote for the insurance. After they've given the quote, they've wrote off the car and it's gone to Copart, but all the old parts have just been left at the body shop, hence no rear end. I actually think there'll be a body shop out there somewhere which has got a lot of the parts of this GT3 laying around.